You must always take comfort in knowing that the Rattlers will strike and strike and strike again.
During 3 spring commencement ceremonies over 2 days, President Robinson closed out the exercises with the familiar Rattler Charge. More than 1,100 students, cheered on by 18,000 family members and friends, earned their undergraduate, graduate, or doctoral degrees. And prior to these ceremonies, the university held a Thursday afternoon reception to show pride and appreciation for the graduates and their families. 68-year-old Susie Ford was among grads who received special recognition. The retired mother of 4 and grandmother earned her degree in political science.
But then this nagging thought stayed in my mind when I went to sleep and got up. So you ain't got but 1 semester. Why don't you go back and finish that before you do anything? I thought, oh, that's a good idea.
We also have the incredible story of Thaddeus Watkins. The honors graduate earned 2 bachelor's degrees while working 2 jobs and participating in 6 campus organizations. And he marched in the Marching 100. You go, Thaddeus.
I realize the divine grace that covers my life.
FAMU alumni Shundron Thomas and filmmaker Rob Hardy delivered the keynote addresses at the commencement ceremonies. Thomas is president of Northern Trust Asset Management, and Hardy has director credits with multiple films and shows like Empire and Grey's Anatomy. He was also executive producer of The Quad.
Wait a minute, this is FAMU. Good morning, everyone. That's what I want to hear. Good morning.
Students at FAMU's College of Law in Orlando were treated with words of wisdom from former U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch. The hooding ceremony celebrated the accomplishments of 130 graduates. Another high-profile guest on campus was Senator Marco Rubio. Senator Rubio held a listening session with students in Tallahassee and learned about a proposed Construction and Infrastructure Technology Innovation Center of Excellence at FAMU. The proposal is an innovative partnership between FAMU's core academic schools and the private sector. It's focused on global sustainable infrastructure development that could improve disaster recovery efforts and create jobs. The dialogue about the Center of Excellence continues in Washington, D.C. on June 15th. That's when Dr. Robinson, the Vice President of Research and the Deans of the School of Architecture and FAMU FSU College of Engineering, will meet with the HBCU White House Initiatives Director and other federal agency staff. FAMU's ROTC was in the spotlight when members of the Congressional Black Caucus visited the Hill. Representatives Al Lawson of Florida, Alma Adams of North Carolina, and Anthony Brown of Maryland expressed their support for HBCU and Department of Defense partnerships. During spring break, the presidential bus tour rolled across the state to 5 locations: Pensacola, Gainesville, Lake Worth, Davie, and Miami. From high schools to state colleges to a place of worship, the president, FAMU's faculty, students, alumni, and deans met with prospective students. The electrifying FAMU Connections performance showcased the benefits of attending FAMU. The number of students applying to FAMU keeps growing. Applications and admissions are up approximately 20% this year when compared to 2017 numbers. A critical component of the university's strategic plan involves providing exceptional student experiences. Nearly 40 FAMU students received just that in Memphis, where thousands gathered on the 50th anniversary of the death of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Memphis sanitation workers' strike. The students learned leadership skills and the importance of community involvement. They also met with Senator Bernie Sanders.
The legacy for us is to follow in his footsteps and to transform this country.
And FAMU alum, social activist, and rapper Common. Their enthusiasm prompted a prominent speaker at the event, Dr. Leslie Baskerville, to send Dr. Robinson a glowing email. She wrote, "The FAMU delegation was the largest and most engaged, and they are the scholars and advocates we need to lead the next leg of the justice journey." Another exceptional experience for our students centered on the Honda All-Star Competition in California. FAMU students placed in the Elite 8 in the competition as students in Tallahassee watched the live broadcast from the Rattlers Den. Congratulations. And in Texas, 6 FAMU students took home $25,000 in scholarships after emerging as the #1 team during the HBCU Battle of the Brains competition. It was hosted by the National Black MBA Association in conjunction with South by Southwest. Another FAMU faculty member is honored for his work in the research arena. Dr. Gokhan Hassi, professor of plant physiology, has been accepted to the highly selective Fulbright Specialist roster. He is eligible to continue his research as a Fulbright Scholar for 3 years in more than 150 countries.
Right on FAMU!
Right on FAMU.
Right on FAMU!
The Right on FAMU initiative is part of the university's Quality Enhancement Plan, or QEP. This video was produced to explain how the university will work together to improve student writing. It's just one component of our accreditation process governed by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, better known as SACS. In March, the SACS On-Site Committee visited FAMU's campuses during its assessment. The committee did not have any recommendations for FAMU, which is the most favorable outcome a university can receive. FAMU will get the official results about its reaffirmation in December. Next, we go back to the nation's capital, a familiar place for the president. Dr. Robinson was a featured speaker at the bipartisan HBCU STEAM Caucus. STEAM is designed to encourage students to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, the arts, and math. Did you know HBCUs produce more than 40% of African American engineers, while consisting of only 3% of colleges and universities in America? Well, only about 10% of all HBCUs have engineering programs. These stats are strong evidence that FAMU and other HBCUs are fertile ground for companies and government entities interested in diversifying their workforce. That's one reason Dr. Robinson and several FAMU deans visited Dow Chemical. Efforts are underway to secure a partnership to benefit FAMU's STEM programs, students, and faculty. The president also attended the Tampa chapter of the National Alumni Association's fundraising gala in Tampa and another event recognizing future Rattlers at the Villages near Orlando. Hats off to our exceptional alumni networks for their financial support and recruiting efforts. Hundreds of alumni gathered in Orlando for the National Alumni Association convention and recognized 26 distinguished alumni during a black tie gala. The association also awarded 2 Save Our Students scholarships and demonstrated its commitment to FAMU by raising more than $440,000 in donations and pledges. And despite his travels, President Robinson makes time to visit Tallahassee supporters and to accept checks. The Tallahassee Lynx president, Deborah Austin, and former Tallahassee city manager, Anita Favors, presented Dr. Robinson with a $2,000 donation from the organization for the band's trip to the prestigious Tournament of Roses Parade in Pasadena, California. By the way, it's not too late for you to make a donation. Just go to my.famu.edu/giving/TOR. FAMU's leaders convened for a working retreat to discuss strategic initiatives, specifically enhancing customer experiences. And we take sexual harassment seriously at FAMU. That's why all employees were required to attend a workshop on sexual harassment prevention conducted by the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. A separate session was conducted for students. Congratulations are in order for several FAMU board members. On May 3rd, FAMU Board of Trustees member Dave Lawrence was honored with the prestigious 2018 Florida Blue Foundation Sapphire Award. Lawrence chairs the Children's Movement of Florida, which focuses on making Florida's children the top priority for state investment.
And a large yellow straw hat. So we have north of $80 billion budget in Florida. Smartest investment you could possibly make would be to invest up front in children's lives. And that's what people work on here.
Foundation board member John Crossman was honored by the Orlando Business Journal as one of Central Florida's top CEOs. Crossman is the CEO of Crossman & Company, one of the Southeast's leading commercial real estate firms. And Trustee Nicole Washington was honored as the Young Floridian of the Year by the Honorable Bob Graham and the Bob Graham Center for Public Service. Washington is a higher education expert with more than 10 years of experience, including teaching, education research, and public policy advocacy.
I had a kid who didn't know that she could go to college, who now graduated from Brown. So there are lights that exist, and I'm going to get all emotional because that's really where my passion comes from. My passion comes from those students who were forgotten.
And just when you thought you had seen it all, FAMU's intramural rugby team, that's right, rugby, participated in the first ever HBCU Rugby Classic in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It was a culturally stimulating and entertaining event that highlighted community opportunity and empowerment. These highlights represent only a sample of FAMU's activities during the past 90 days. We hope that you will show your support by helping us spread the great things that are happening at FAMU every day.